Welcome to the debate. The Chicago Bears have officially secured a playoff berth. It happened after their 22-16 win over the Packers, capping off a truly historic turnaround season. But our focus today isn't on the win itself, but on the immediate reaction of head coach Ben Johnson.
Right. The question we're debating is this. Is Johnson's quick pivot away from celebrating, framing it as just step one and focusing on imperfections, the best strategy for a championship run?
Exactly. Or does it potentially undervalue the critical psychological victory they just achieved? I'll argue that this relentless high standard is absolutely necessary to maximize their potential.
And I'll be coming at it from a different angle. I think that while accountability is vital, ignoring the emotional weight of this moment risks dampening the very momentum this team has built. You just can't discount the power of recognizing an achievement like this.
Well, Johnson's message, delivered moments after they clinched, is the very definition of championship leadership. I mean, look at the numbers here. This team has won 11 of its last 13 games. They have a league-high 10-0 record when they win the turnover battle. For a team with that kind of statistical profile, just getting into the playoffs cannot be the ceiling. He immediately set the next targets, win this division, get at least one home playoff game, and maybe even clinching the #1 seed. That kind of goal setting keeps them focused, which is what fueled their incredible reversal in close games, going 7-2 this year, compared to a miserable 6-20 over the last 3 seasons combined.
I hear you, but that sounds great in a boardroom, but how does it actually land in the locker room? Johnson's almost ruthless pursuit of perfection, saying we're still not playing at the level we're capable of yet, that risks putting out the fire that quarterback Caleb Williams specifically called a signature moment. This isn't the same veteran team from 2020. This is a young group, and as Cole Kmet said, this does feel a little different. To ignore that emotional inflection point for a team that has the most fourth-quarter comebacks since the merger, that could lead to exhaustion, not more momentum.
But let's look at those various statistics you're bringing up. The 7-2 record in one-score games, those 6 comebacks, that shows immense mental toughness. That is the psychological victory.
Exactly. So why undermine it? Johnson openly blamed himself for miscues and pointed out penalties right after clinching. If he's so quick to point out the flaws, isn't he, implicitly chipping away at the very resilience he helped build to win those games?
See, I don't see it as undermining. I would argue he's actively managing what you could call a satisfaction bias. He is setting that high bar precisely because he trusts their resilience. His self-blame shows radical accountability, not negativity. If they are winning all these games while, as he says, still not playing at the level we're capable of yet, just imagine their potential when they fix those mistakes. His philosophy validates their success by raising the standard. He's telling them this amazing run, this is just base camp.
I agree that preventing a slump is critical, but by denying the team a moment to really acknowledge an 11-win season, you risk that confidence never fully solidifying. Confidence is built on recognized success. If the coaches treat this major achievement as trivial, as just step one, it could erode the faith the players have built. You have to feed that emotional bank account to draw from it later. Catman's comment about this year feeling different suggests the team needed that moment to internalize how far they've come.
But Johnson's whole calculation is based on one idea. Clinching was never the goal. By immediately refocusing on the division title and that #1 seed, he keeps them sharp for these huge final games against the 49ers and the Lions. That drive for maximization, especially with their turnaround, is the only appropriate mindset for a team that wants a Super Bowl. Anything less encourages stagnation right when you need momentum most.
Look, Johnson's high standard and his vision for the division title are undeniably strong leadership traits. But the balance between accountability and recognition is just so essential to harness the unique signature moment this team has created. You have to value the psychological capital they built in those 6 comebacks.
Ultimately, I think Johnson's comments just illuminate that inherent tension between achieving a specific milestone, like a playoff spot, and strategically shifting an entire organization's mindset toward maximizing its long-term potential and, aiming for the ultimate prize.
I agree, and there's clearly much more to unpack here, especially regarding how the Bears approach the rest of the schedule.
and whether Johnson's message truly optimizes the performance or just creates unnecessary internal pressure.